Testing. Hey, all right, there you go. Good evening and welcome to our last match of the night, our varsity match between the Crosspointe Panthers and your Suburban Crusaders. I ask that you would stand as we have a word of prayer. Following that will be the playing of the national anthem and then starting lineups. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this evening, Lord. Just thank you for the opportunity that these girls have to play volleyball tonight. I pray that they will do their best and honor and glorify you, Lord. Pray that you be with the officials, give them wisdom and discernment, and help us spectators to have the best attitude as we can as we cheer on each of our teams. We pray that you would keep everyone safe from injury tonight, and all this we do in your name. In Jesus Christ's name we pray, amen. Line judges, could you report to the score table, please? All right, starting for your Crosspointe Panthers. Number 9, Kendall Jones. Number 13, Hannah Blayton. Number 5, Reagan Yider. Number 1, Allie Schellenberg. Number 2, Lily Flora. And number 6, Olivia Hayes. And now for your Suburban Crusaders. Number 1, Misty Elliott. Number 3, Madison Stevens. Number 4, Kirsten Helton. Number 5, Peyton Glover. Number 11, Kelsey Bird. Number 16, Abby Carter. And your libero, number 14, Lily Hollis.
Let me know the result of Varsity.
Okay.
Was it almost over? Hello and good evening on this Friday, September 23rd, 2022. As I want to welcome you inside the last game of the day, as this is the varsity match between Crosspointe and Suburban. And let's get it underway. Abby Connor begins, and she is right off the front of the net, 1-0. Crosspointe. Three for Crosspointe is over, and that one will be a point to Crosspointe, 2-0, their favor. Three over, right to Kelsey, and another point for Crosspointe, 3-0 early. That one is over to Lily Hollis. There's Madison and Kelsey over and out of bounds. Rough start for Suburban. Here's Crosspointe number 3 serving. That one is over right to Hollis. There's Madison and Misty got it over, and there is Crosspointe 3-5 over right to Abby. There's Madison and Kelsey with the spike, and there you go. And there's Crosspointe 5, nice and tipped, and a point for Crosspointe, 5-0. As this is your guy, Matthew Fox, coming to you live inside the Crusader box. As I want to thank to those of you who might be watching on Facebook or YouTube on this Friday evening. As 3 is away right to Hollis, to Madison, and got it over, and that one goes backwards, and there's 4, and 5 over right to Madison, to Kelsey, and now Madison got it over, and right to 3-1, and 5. Good spike, and a little too much on it. Out of bounds, so first point for Suburban, 5-1. And here is Madison Stevens to serve for us. That one gets over right to Crosspointe. That one's 5 over to Libero Lily. There's Madison. Kelsey over and to their libero. And there's 1-5 and a point Suburban, 5-2. All right, here is Madison. Puts it over right to Crosspointe. There you go, Kelsey. That's how it's done. 5-3, Crosspointe. As Madison puts it over right there. There's 13, and right to Madison, good, and Kelsey a little tipping. There is Crosspointe over right to Hollis, and Madison, good job. And Crosspointe, and there you go. 5 straight points by Crosspointe, and now 4 straight points by Suburban to get back within 1. As Madison Stevens will serve it away, and does, and that one is going to go backwards, but how about Crosspointe able to rebound after that, as Kelsey puts it over, and there's 4. And that one will be over, and nicely done by Crosspointe, 6-4. Four over right to Hollis, to Madison, and now Misty Elliott got it over and put it in a perfect spot. Misty Elliott, 6-5. over. Goes backwards, and guess what? We are tied at 6. Just kind of messing with the camera here. Trying to adjust it as I can. Misty over right to 2 and 1. Got it. And now puts up 5. A good job. Right to Kelsey. To Madison. Over. And there is. And that one over and out of bounds. And there is the first lead for Suburban. Down 5-0. Came all the way right back. Way to go, Varsity. Kelsey sends it. And here's 1. And that one gets over. And falling right for a point. Cross point. We are tied at 7. All right, 5 serving for Crosspointe. That one is over right there. Abby laid out forward, and now back over. There's Madison, the Kirsten over, and there's 2, the 1, and 6. Good job right to Hollis. Madison, Misty, good, and right to 4. There's 1. And Peyton. Kirsten, oh boy, that hits the ceiling, and all in all, it turns out for a point for Suburban, 8-7. Misty puts it over right there for the 11 over, and falling for a point. Hollis was there, but could not put it up, 9-7. Or I'm sorry, excuse me, make that 8-8. What am I thinking? I have no idea. It's a Friday evening. What can I tell you? Here's 1, put it over right to Hollis. The Kirsten to Madison over right there to 5. And that one's over. Abby, Madison, Connor, good job. And 5 going the wrong way, but able to get it back. Nicely done on Crosspointe side. There's Lily, and there's Madison. And Peyton put it over, and right there is 4. And up in the air, 11, and now 8. Put it over right to Abby, and almost, and Misty helps out Lily. And that one is over to Madison to 5, and now 4. I'm sorry, 8, and now got one. Oh, falls for a point for Crosspointe. 9-8, their lead by 1. All right, here is 1 serving. That one is over right to Madison. The Abby, I don't know why. 8. Nice, Misty, Lily, Abby over right there. 9 going the wrong way, cannot get it, and we are tied at 9 apiece. 9 apiece here in the first period for this varsity match. Peyton over right there. 9 over right to Misty. Lily tracks it down. Madison sends it over right there. 5 and 1 and got it over. Nicely done. Nicely done with a little, well, what would you call that? Ten to 9 Crosspointe. That one got over right to and out of bounds. On that one, we are tied at 10 apiece. All right, here is your libero, number 14, Lily Hollis. To serve, puts it up and over. Right there, their libero, the 4. And that's 5. And now, 1, put it over. And now, this time out of bounds, point Suburban, 11-10. All right, here's Lily to serve, and she does. And right there, 4 to over to Lily. To Madison. Abby off the net, tying the game at 11. As substitutions for Crosspointe. All right, here is 6. Crosspointe sending it over to Peyton, to Madison, and Kelsey got it over. And right to Abby, to Madison, over, and there will be An automatic point going to Crosspointe, 12-11. All right, 6, putting it over, right to Glover. There's Madison, and how about that play by Abby Connor? Tying the game at 12. So I'll go over Crosspointe's lineups at the end of this period, okay? As Abby sends it right to their libero, and that was tapped, and over to Madison and Kelsey. Oh, that's going to go out of bounds. Didn't know how that was going to play out. 13-12 Crosspointe, but obviously not in the favor of Suburban. Another substitution for Crosspointe. But I hope your evening is going well so far, and may it continue to, as I'm with you and for this varsity game. 3 is over, and there's Lahalas, and not going to get it. 14-12, Crosspointe. All right, 3 serving. Got it over to Peyton, to Kelsey, to Madison. Sending it way out of bounds, the girl. Three, put it over to Kelsey, to Madison. Kelsey a little short with it, so 16-12. Crosspointe as they get that point. That one over for the Suburban. There's Madison. Misty, good for. There you go, Kelsey. Crosspointe was right on it on that last one. Kelsey again, right to libero. And there's 1. And now setting up 5 with the power, right to Abby right there. Madison, Misty, got it over and putting it in the right spot. Misty Elliott. I'm sorry. What am I doing that for? 16-13. You know what I meant. I think. All right, Madison Stevens is serving. That one is going to get over. And there's 4-1, 5, right to Abby. Man, some power in that one, and Abby shot it right up to the ceiling. 17-13 in favor of Crosspointe. All right, 4 serving for Crosspointe, and that went out of bounds. What am I doing that for? 17-14. Keep mixing these points up for some reason. I don't know why. As Kelsey will send it away right there. There's 5 and then 1. Put it over. There's Abby to Madison. And now Kirsten got it over. And there is a point for Suburban. 17-15. All right, Kelsey's serving for us. Got it over. And there you go, to Mackenzie, Madison, Kirsten over, and there's Crosspointe. Mackenzie, Madison, Misty, good little tap, but automatic point Suburban, 17-16 as we are down just by 1 now. Just by 1 now. Kelsey over right there, going back and tapped, and we are tied at 17. How about that? And Kelsey over right there, and there's Crosspointe, and just a little short, and I believe that is Suburban's first lead of this game, 18-17. I believe. That one's over and right to 1. And there is, got it over right there, Kirsten to Madison. And now Mackenzie. There you go, right to 4-1. And 5 over right there, Madison to Kirsten. And now, Madison She tried her hardest, and we are tied at 18 apiece. Here's 5. Just got it over. Oh, my goodness. How about Kirsten laying out to get it? And that one's going to get over right to Abby Madison. Setting up. Who's going to get it? Kirsten does and sends right to 3 to 1. And that will fall for a point. Suburban 19 to 18. Nicely done. All right, here is Misty to serve. She does put it out of bounds, and that ties the game at 19. You know, all of these sets in these 3 games so far, well, in all these sets for like junior high and junior varsity, they've been pretty good. There's Misty, Madison, and Abby, good, and that one will get out of bounds, and that will give Crosspointe the point, 20 to 19. One puts it away, right to Elliott, and Lily, can they get over? Oh my, that was still close. That was still up for grabs, man. Well, it came back. That was a very interesting. 21 to 19 Crosspointe. That one gets over right to Elliott, and there's Madison, and that one 22 to 19 Crosspointe. Now, quick timeout, as I will take a short break too. We'll come back and finish this first period, okay? Be back with you. Out of the timeout. Crosspointe has a 22 to 19 lead, and one serves it away, and right to Madison and McKenzie, and there is Kirsten, good, and put it over right to 4, and there's 1, and 8 putting up and falling for a point. So Crosspointe 23 to 19. One serving, and right to Hollis and Elliott, and there's McKenzie, and Kirsten putting over right to the libero, and there's 1, and setting up, and Kirsten was there by the net on our side, and of course Crosspointe did not send it, 23 to 20. So Crosspointe is 2 points away from winning this set. Here is McKenzie, right there. Madison, Abby, right there, 4 to 1, and now 9, putting over right to McKenzie. Madison, Abby, 5, and there's 1, 8, and out of bounds. 23-21, Suburban down by 2, and here is Mackenzie Helton, and I want to welcome everybody inside here as that one is away. And that one's going to get up, and there's Misty, there's Madison, Abby Connor, that one gets over. There's 5, there's 1, and 9, little tap, and no good. So 23-22, Suburban just down by 1 point. But, I mean, this has been a very, a pretty much close neck-and-neck set, as McKenzie puts it over right to their libero. There's one, and that one dying over and right to McKenzie. Madison got it, and who's going to send it over? Kirsten does, and does to the libero. And there's one, and that one 5, putting it over. And there's Hollis, Misty, and now Kirsten put it over. And there you go, and Crosspointe, are they going to put it over? And yes, they are. How about that one? As automatic point anyway goes to Suburban. We're tied at 23. All right, Mackenzie Helton putting it over right there. Libero is 1, and there's 5, putting it over right to Hollis to Madison. And Abby Connor, good spike, and perfect spot! Abby Connor. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like Suburban Varsity Volleyball. Oh, Abby Connor. Oh boy. 24-23, Suburban a point away from taking the set, and there's the libero. 1, and there is 9, Lily, and there's Madison, and Kirsten over and right to libero, and 1, who's going to get up and over and right to Misty, and there's Madison, and Abby Connor over, and there is 9, and 1, 8, over right to Abby, to Madison, putting it over, and there is libero 4, and there's 1. And Crosspointe over and out of bounds, and that is the set, 25-23. How about that? So Suburban leads 1-0. I'm going to get right on the starting lineups for Crosspointe Panthers Varsity Volleyball. All right, number 1, Allie Schellenberg, freshman. Number 2, Lily Flora, a junior. Number 3, Grace Chilson, a senior. Number 4, Jenna Hayes, senior. Number 5, Reagan Yeiter, a senior. A sophomore. Number 6, Olivia Hayes. Number 7, Emma Baldwin, a sophomore. Number 8, Hannah Stock, freshman. Number 9, Kendall Jones, sophomore. And number 13, Hannah Blanton, senior. Assistant coach for Crosspointe Varsity is Sydney Dabelow, and head coach is Mark Yeiter. Your Crosspointe Christian Academy Varsity Volleyball roster. I'll be back with you to start the second period right after this. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to start the second period. Second period has begun, and there is Kirsten to Madison. And Kelsey putting it over right to Crosspointe 1-5. And nicely done there. 1-0 Suburban. And Abby Connor putting it over, and 2-0 Suburban. I'm not even going to mention anything about that. All right, Abby Connor putting it over, and all right, a quick start for Suburban, 3-0. Remember, Crosspointe started quickly against us in the first set. Abby putting it away. There's Crosspointe 5 over right to Madison off the front of the net. Kelsey was there too, but it went off of her. 3-1 as Crosspointe gets their first point of this second set. All right, over to Hollis, to Madison. Kelsey, good. To Madison, 1 point. Suburban, 4-1. And here's Madison putting it over right to 4. And 5, and out of bounds. 4-2, I'm sorry, 5-1. Madison. Kirsten over right 2. There's 1-5. Good little tip. 5-2. Serving Crosspointe over right to I don't know how to describe that one either. 5-3. For serving right there, Abby Madison. Kirsten over. There you go. And the battle was won by Crosspointe 5-4, as you just saw there. Over right to Hollis, to Stevens, to Glover, and off the front of the net. That means we are tied at 5. For putting it over to Peyton, and Kelsey put it over right to Crosspointe, and there's 5. Send it and put it in its place. 6-5, Crosspointe. All right, here comes the serve. 4 over right to Hollis, to Madison Stevens, and there is Peyton. And put in a little too much on that, 7-5. It's Crosspointe. Four is over to Kirsten, to Madison, Hilton. 5. 8-5. What did I tell you? If you remember, timeout Suburban. Be back with you very, very soon. Out of the timeout, and folks, you gotta forgive me, but 4 is a little bit short off the net. But you folks have got to forgive me. This has been a busy, busy school week. 7 weeks are complete, believe it or not. 2 weeks away from ending the first quarter. Wow. As Kelsey is off the front of the net, so that's how they trade points. But, I mean, I know everyone's tired at this point here on a Friday evening, but just bear with me as I continue my way through it. I'm just being so honest with you. That's the thing I'm going to be. I'm going to be honest with you. As here's Hollis, there's Madison, and Kirsten over right there, libero 1. And there's a nice, off the net. Point goes to Crosspointe, 10-6. And there's Hollis. Madison got it. Right to Kirsten over. And there's 5. There's 1. And 8 off the front of the net, 10-7. And also I want to say thank you to this wonderful crowd that's here to support the team for Crosspointe and Suburban. I'll show you them the next time out. Kirsten over. There's libero. Crosspointe. Went out of bounds, 10-8. Suburban down by 2. Kirsten, right to libero, to 1, 3, over right there, out of bounds. And now Suburban is just down by 1 point, 10-9. Kirsten, right there, libero. There's 1. And that one gets out of bounds, and that means we are tied at 10 apiece. Kirsten Helton over right to 3. Crosspointe over to Hollis. She puts it up to Peyton. And there's Madison sending it and over. And there is 1 and 5. Off the front of the net. Suburban takes the lead, 11-10. Kirsten over right there, 4-2. And there's Peyton. Madison. Abby Connor over right there, 5-1. And there's 8 over right there. Madison to Lily Hollis. And there's Abby. And automatic point Suburban, 12-10. But I want to say thank you to those of you who might be watching or watch this at a later time. This is Guy Matthew Fox coming to you live inside the Crusader box. And that one is over. There's 3-1 to 8 over to Hollis, to Stevens, to Connor, over right there, 5. Right there, Katie, Madison, And over right to Hollis and Madison. And tipped and point, Crosspointe. 12-11. After a substitution. And one putting it over and out of bounds. 12, what? There we go, 13-11. I was looking at the scoreboard and it was like, hadn't changed it yet. Kirsten and 13-12. Substitution, 13 comes in, 4 leaves. Two away, right to Kirsten, to Madison. Abby Connor, there you go. That one 8 over. There's Hollis. Madison. Abby out of bounds. We are tied at 13, we are. Tied at 13, we are. 2 over, right to Lily. And there's Madison, Abby Connor over. And there we go to Crosspointe to 1 and 8 over. And 10 bounds, 14-13. Crosspointe, 14-13 is your score. 2 is off the front of the net. We are tied at 14. Now we'll go over the Suburban lineups with you once we finish this second period. All right, here is Lily Hollis. Over and going backwards. 15-14. Suburban in this second period. Suburban leads 1-0. And here is Miss Hollis sending it over, not off the net. 15-15. Your score, and substitutions made on the Crosspointe side. All right, here is Crosspointe serving, number 6, over. And there's Kirsten to Madison, over right there, 5. And 5 with the power and out of bounds. Wow. 16-15 Suburban. Abby right to Libero to 1 to 5. Got it over right to Madison. Kelsey. That was a good try, but it was not the best of an outcome, as all right, tied at 16 here in the second period. 3 sends it right to Kelsey, and nice tip by Crosspointe. I like that one. 17-16. Over is 3, right there, Hollis, up in the ceiling, right to Madison, the Kirsten, got it over. And there's 13-14, now 5, and just a little bit short, as we are tied at 17. And like I said, we've had some pretty good close sets throughout this day. Madison over, right to 5. And nice little tip again for Crosspointe. I mean, I like their style, man. 18-17. Nice little tip drill and put it where somebody is not very close to it, and that's how you get your point. I love it. 4 off the front of the net. Now it's not a good deal whenever you hit the front of the net. Both sides included, as Kelsey puts it off the front of the net. And what was I just saying? 19-18. It's kind of funny. One team does it, then the other team does it, and then it's kind of a five. There we go. Nice job for Crosspointe, 20-18. That one got over right to, who was that? Abby? Katie, oh, there you go. That was a lucky one. That was a lucky one for sure, 20-19. Kirsten over right there, 4-1 to 2. Good. Right to Helton and Hollis putting it up, and 2 were there. 21-19. That one was going to get over. The Kirsten to Madison, and now Abby! Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You quiet that crowd, Miss Connor. Ah. Take that, she says. Take that, she says. All right, Miss McKenzie. And there's 4. There's 1. 5, and off the front of the net. We're tied at 21. McKenzie over, and there's 4-1, 5, and out of bounds. Guess what, Suburban? We have a 22-21 lead. By 1, of course. Miss Mackenzie Helton, Kirsten's sister, and that's 1, and up, and they got it, and Katie got a touch on it, and that will be a point, Crosspointe. We are tied at 22 as this second set is coming down to the wire here. You tell them. All right, 2 over, right to Hollis. To Madison, and there is Abby. There you go, and automatic point. Automatic point Kirsten. No, automatic point Suburban. Oh, brother. 23-22. Yeah, automatic point one girl. How does that make sense? Lily Hollis is over right to Crosspointe, and that one is going to be touched and point Suburban. 24-22, and now a point away. A point away from taking a lead of 2-0. A 2-set lead to 0. As Lily Hollis puts it over and right to 4-1, and now 8 sends it, and right to Hollis. And there's Madison. Abby, and that one is going to be over on Crosspointe. Nicely done. And there's Hollis. And Abby puts it over right to Libero, and there's 1. And now 13, little tap, and not going to do it. And 25-22 win by Suburban, and they lead 2-0 and 1 away from taking the win. All right, I'm going to go over Suburban's lineups for you for varsity. All right, your varsity volleyball roster. We have number 1, Sophia Miller. She's a junior. Number 3, Madison Stevens, a junior. Number 4, Kirsten Helton, a junior. Number 5, Peyton Glover, a junior. We have number 6, Misty Elliott, a senior. We have Katie Krynock, number 8, a sophomore. Kelsey Baird, number 11, a senior. Lily Hollis, your libero, number 14, a sophomore. And number 16, Abby Connor, a junior. And also Mackenzie Helton, who must be filling in for somebody. Obviously, she is not a part of the varsity team, but here on this game. Your head coach for varsity is Mrs. Amanda Gore. And that takes care of all the lineups for volleyball tonight. I'll be back with you to start the third period, and stay watch for it. Welcome back. Third period here with you. Abby Connor good over. And 5. A little too much on that one. 1-0 Suburban. It's after 8 o'clock here on this Friday evening. And hope you've been having a good evening. Enjoy the rest of it, okay? As over Madison, Hollis, Misty, automatic point, Crosspointe. We are tied at 1. Three. Point Suburban. Out of bounds. It was 2-1. Madison over. There's 4-1. Got over. Right to Connor. To Madison Stevens. And there's Misty. Out of bounds. Tied at 2. Four over right to not Abby, it was. Crosspointe putting it up. 5 right to Hollis, to Madison. Kirsten. Way to go, Kelsey. I was about to call you Kirsten. Don't ask me why. 3-2 Suburban. All right, another point Suburban. 4-2. Yay. Don't worry, I'm excited. I'm just worn out. just like all of us are. And 5-2 Suburban. Kelsey over to Crosspointe. Madison. Now I was about to call Kirsten Abby. My goodness. And that was Abby. And oh my goodness, here we go. Crosspointe over. All right. Yeah, they're playing on both sides. Way to go, Matthew. Madison. Glover, good. There you go. Get yourself a point. 6-2 Suburban. Kelsey over right there, 4-5. And that one gets over to Madison. Kirsten. Peyton. Oh, good block there, but Peyton. Oh, boy. Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. Listen to the crowd. You don't need to hear me say a single thing. 7-2, quick timeout. Be back with you. Point. Crosspointe. 7-3. What are you going to do? Lily Hollis. Abby Connor. Madison over. Right there's 5. Hollis. Madison. Misty. There's 2 to Hollis. Oh! It's okay, Misty. 9-4. Crosspointe gets that point. Crosspointe needs to make a little bit of a run if they want to make something interesting out of it. Make something interesting out of this. And there's point Crosspointe. 9-5. That one's over, right to Hollis. And she just put it up in the air. It's 9-6 now. All right, and Lily missed Madison. And there you go, falling for a point, Suburban, 10-6. Peyton, right to 4 to 1. There's 2. I'm not even going to say anything about that. No. Hollis, Madison. Off the net, I guess. 10-8. Hey, it's a 2-point game. Hollis, Madison, Kirsten, 5. I'm not even going to say anything about that either. 11-8 Suburban. Here's Hollis. 5. Crosspointe, nice. Abby, keep it alive, keep it alive. Yes, they do. Abby Connor. And Crosspointe get it over and right to Hollis, the Madison, and the Kelsey. And that one good. And there we go. 1, 5. Very good. Misty, Abby to Hollis and over. And there is 4. Crosspointe over to Misty. And Madison is going to get there. Hollis does. And there is 5. And that one is off the front of the net. 12-8 Suburban. Lily. Off the front of the net, 12-9. Crosspointe needs to continue to make some kind of run if they want to get back into it. We'll see if they do. Suburban is up 2-0. Okay, over right to Hollis. And there's Madison to Abby, over right to 5. To 11, back to 5, and there was a nice spike to McKenzie, and there's Madison putting over. Nice done, nicely done. 5, and off the front of the net, 13-9. How about this? We see Mr. Gore, Mr. Wilhelm. We've seen some good people get into it over there on the Crusader Crazy side, as that one's off the front of the net. It's 13-10. Honestly, I am so glad to see that because okay, as Hollis does. Madison, Kelsey over right there. Crosspointe over, right to Misty, to Madison, Kelsey, and top was touched. Yes, it was. 14 to 10. All right, Miss Madison. (15-10). (15 to 11). (15 to 12). Hello, Jeffrey. You tell him. I just saw that. All right, 3 straight points by Crosspointe. 15-13, down by 2. And that one's going sideways, and now it's a 1-point game, 15-14. And timeout, Suburban. I'll take a quick break, come back with you, and here we go. And like that, we are tied at 15. Hollis, Madison. And that results in a Suburban point. They lead 16-15. All right, Kelsey serving. That one will get over and going the wrong way. 17-15, Suburban takes a 2-point lead. All right, now Crosspointe has to get themselves back get themselves right back. Kelsey to Crosspointe and 2 over and right to Madison. How's that going to play out? And that will be 3 times. And Crosspointe with the point, 17-16. There's 5. Got it to the Hollis and to Crosspointe. Got it over and just out of bounds. Just barely. 18-16 Suburban. All right, Misty put it over. And there's 3. Crosspointe. Nicely done. I'm not even going to say anything right there. It's middle. 18-17. All right, and 1 putting it off the front of the net. That is not what they needed, I will tell you that. Exactly not what they needed. 19-17. What in the world? One-point game, 19-18. Second period, Suburban leads 2-0. Keep that in mind. (19-19). Don't send in my direction. I'm not going to help you. Hollis doing it again, and Suburban just lost to. They didn't lose anything. Well, they lost being tied. What am I trying to tell you? I have no idea. It's Crosspointe of the 20-19 lead. That's what I'm telling you. Madison, Abby, and Madison. Oh, good little block, but right there again, Abby put it away and put it right to Crosspointe and sending it back over right to Hollis. And there's Miss Stevens, and now Abby Connor, and just a little short on her spike. And now Crosspointe has taken a 2-point lead, 21-19, as Claire and Kelsey play a little water bottle game back and forth. As 2 got it over and right to Hollis, and Madison on Abby over, and that will be, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know. I don't know. 21-20. Miss Hollis. Put in it. I think that was going out of bounds, to be honest with you, but nonetheless, Crosspointe was able to get it over. Abby to libero, and that one is going to be a point Suburban. We are tied right back at 21. 21 apiece. Suburban leads 2-0 as Lily Hollis. Good job on Crosspointe side to be ready. And there's Madison Abby. Got it over and help. And Madison to Kelsey. Good. And there's libero. And Crosspointe. That will be, are they going to keep it alive? And no, nobody's going to get it. A nice valuable effort there. A nice valuable effort. All right, Crosspointe to serve. 6 does. McKenzie, Madison got it over right to Crosspointe. They have to be ready. And with the spike, oh my, you thought that was going to end it. And Hollis goes backwards, and that one is going to get over. And Crosspointe there. And 5, they're fighting. You can tell Crosspointe Panthers are fighting. As Madison, there's Abby, little over, and 9. And now puts it over right to Hollis. And there's Madison. Abby, good, right to, and there you go. I like that. I like that on Crosspointe side. They said, I've had enough of this. I am going, what am I doing? What am I doing here, folks? It is 23-21 Crosspointe, and I'm putting 23-21 Suburban. What am I doing? But going back to what I was just saying, I like that power. She said, as McKenzie, Madison, Abby puts it over. 1. And lifts the power again and going to keep it alive. No, and there's a point. Crosspointe, and they are 1 point away, 24-21. But on the last one, they gave them a point. She said, I've had enough of this. I will just want to get this to the second set. And now they are 1 point away. 1 point away, 24-21. And, I'm sorry, third set we are. What am I thinking? And that will be on the ground, and that means Crosspointe is still alive, and that which will result in another set play. What was I thinking? This is the third set, and so therefore it's now 2-1. We're going to play a fourth period, and I will get you set for that one. Continue to stay with us if you are, and I'll be right back right after this. Here we are to start the fourth period. Lily Hollis to Madison. And a little tip to Abby to Madison. Abby, there you go. 1 to 5, and just got it over, and that rolled in the favor of Crosspointe, 1-0. As I want to say thank you to those of you who might be watching or watch this at a later time. This is your guy, Matthew Fox, coming to you live inside the Crusader box. As the weekend is almost here. My weekend is almost here. Soon. Let's go Crusaders. So that one goes out of bounds. 1-1. The thing is, though, who in the world decided to finally bring out the flag? And we are in the fourth period, and we haven't had that out all day for the games. Oh, nice save on Crosspointe side. There's Madison, Kelsey. Madison, good job. Right to libero. And automatic point Suburban, 2-1. I still think it's kind of funny, though. We bring out the flag, and here we are in the fourth period of the last game of the night. Better late than never, I guess. As there's Madison. And a point, Crosspointe. We're tied at 2. Three to Hollis. Madison does get it. Misty, and there you go. Right to libero to 1-5 with the power. Hollis to Madison. Misty over right there. Libero to 11-5. Nice. Madison, Kelsey, Madison over. And right to the libero, number 4. And that one will hit the ceiling and give Crosspointe the lead at 3-2. Let's go Crusaders. Hey, if they're doing it, I can do it too. Here's Peyton, Madison, Kelsey, there you go. And 11, and there you're over. Hollis to Madison, Kelsey, falling point. I'm sorry, what am I doing? It's still going. Kelsey over, and now it's a point for Crosspointe, 4-2, their lead. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Kelsey going back. Tip went back, 5-2 Crosspointe here in this fourth period. Suburban won the first set. Suburban won the second set. Crosspointe won the third set. We are here in the fourth set. You add all that up, 2-1 in favor of Suburban, as that one be Misty, Peyton, Kelsey over. And going back, there's 3-5 over. Hollis, Madison, Misty over, and there is 4, and there's 1, and there is 5, puts it and putting it in bounds. Oh, baby. 6-2 in favor of Crosspointe. Oh, baby, how about that? Oh, boy. 3 putting it over at the house. There's Madison. Oh, it's libero, the 1, and now, and that one will fall right in the Crosspointe favor, 7-2. Oh. 3 sending it right. Suburban, Madison, Kelsey, a little tip and help, and 5 just got it over right to Misty, and Madison there, and Misty, hey! 7-3. I had to do something. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Madison kept it alive, got it over to Hollis, and there's Madison, and there's Kelsey putting it over, and 13. Focus, focus, focus. Don't let your crowd get in your head. There's Madison. Remember now, don't let your crowd get in your head, and Peyton put it over, and there's Crosspointe, and now, oh boy, how about that? They let their crowd get inside their head. 7-4. Of course, Crosspointe leads by 3. Take that, Crosspointe. Madison put it over right to Libero, and that one is over right to Misty, to Madison, and Kelsey put it over, and there's 3-1, and there's 5, and that will be off the hands of Peyton. 8-4, Crosspointe. Over right to Hollis. There's Misty getting over, and there's a little tip. Kelsey to Madison and putting it over. There's 1, there's 2, and got it over, and nobody was there in the middle. 9-4 Crosspointe, and timeout Suburban. As of course 2 sets to lead, 2 sets to 1. Favor Suburban. I'll take a short break. You do too. I'll be right back. Thank you for being with us if you are. I'll be right back. Thank you. Oh boy. 9-4 Crosspointe out of the timeout. There's Connor, Madison, Peyton over. There you go, Crosspointe. And putting it up and over. And there's Miss Hollis, and there's Miss Stevens, and there's Miss Glover. And she is off the front of the net, and that is 10-4 Crosspointe. Panthers. There we go. I'll get it someday. Misty over, right to Crosspointe, to Hollis, Madison, got it over, and there's Crosspointe to Lev, or whoever that is. And with the power, Abby, Misty touched it, 11-4 Crosspointe. Madison, Misty over to Crosspointe, and now back over, and volley for a point. 12-4. Eight-point advantage. 4 over and bounds. 13-4 Crosspointe. And that one's over right to Abby, Madison, Kelsey, a little spike, and oh boy, Crosspointe over right to Abby, to Madison, to Peyton, over, and that one is going to be over to Hollis, to Madison, to Kelsey, inbounds. There we go. It's about time. 13-5. As Kirsten comes in for our libero, Lily Hollis. That one in, just got over. Thank you, Kelsey Baird. 13-6. But still down by a bunch for right now as Kelsey puts it back over. And there's 3. And that one got a tip and out of bounds. 13-7. We're down by 6. Kelsey off the front of the net this time. And Crosspointe goes up by 7. 14-7. We won a substitution. 8 comes in and 6 goes out. She comes in and she goes out. She comes in and she goes out. 5 just got it over. Abby hit right straight to Abby. She was not prepared. 15-7 in favor of Crosspointe. And a quick timeout. Be back with you right after this. Out of the timeout, to Hollis, to Madison, and Kirsten. That was off the net, 16-7, Crosspointe. Look at that crowd. Go on there, look at them. Look at them now. Look at them now. Look at them. Oh boy, 5 over, right to Hollis, and that one is going to fall for a point. Crosspointe, 17-7. 10-point advantage. Five over Halls, Madison, Peyton over, right there Crosspointe, 1, and Crosspointe put it through there, 18-7, man, get out of town. Oh baby. Crosspointe, 5, right to Hollis. Not ready, 19-7. Okay. Hollis, Misty, how about that one? 17 or whoever, over and out of bounds. 19-8. Misty over right to Crosspointe, and that one is touched right over Madison. Is it going to fall? And Crosspointe off the front of the net. This time a point Suburban. It is a 10-point advantage for Suburban, down by that much, 19-9. Just if you can't get it, and if you can't get it in this one, don't worry about the comeback. Focus on the 5th period. As that one is off the front of the net, 20-9. Crosspointe. Oh boy. 20-9, your score. 1. Peyton, Madison, Kirsten over, right to Libero, to 1, got it, right to Misty, to Abby, 5-11, Crosspointe, oh nice. Madison over, got it over there, and how's that gonna work? That is brilliant. on Crosspointe's part, 21-9. Just brilliant. All right, over right to Hollis, to Madison. Peyton, 4 to 11, 6. Out of bounds. 21-10. Hollis made sure that ball was staying out of bounds. Peyton over right to Crosspointe. Little tap. The Madison to Abby. She got it over right to Libero to 1. And that one over to Hollis. And there's Madison. And Abby to 5. And there's going to be. And there you go. That'll be a point for Suburban. 21-11. Peyton sending it right there. Libero to 1 and 9 off the front of the net. There you go, getting the point back. 21-12. As here is Peyton Glover putting it over to 5 to 1, and that one is over and a point. Crosspointe 22-12. 22-12. Three points away from taking this set and tying things up. Hollis in the ceiling. Madison there. Abby. And 13-1. And now got it over. Nice to Abby. To Madison. And Abby. A little too strong. Oh, it almost was a basket, but went to the left side. Hit the left side. Oh, that's right. We're playing volleyball, aren't we? 22-13. Lily Hollis right to Libero for 1, 5. Libero for us. Madison. Abby over. There's a Crosspointe. And Misty. Lily got to it. And there's Kelsey putting it over right to 1. And now 8. Peyton. Not saved by Suburban. 23-13. They are now 2 points away. Substitution. Two points away from taking us to the fifth set. Fifth and final set. 6. Put it over right to Glover. To Madison. And Abby good. There you go. And putting it over. Out of bounds. 23-14. Abby Connor. Gus got it over. 23-15. I'm proud of that play, Miss Connor. I'm very proud of that play. As that one got over right to Libero to 1. And little tip and Hollis and off the front of the net. Kelsey, they had chance. They had an interesting chance. So 24-15, Crosspointe, 1 away. (24-15), 1 point away from taking us to the fifth period. And there's Misty. Got it over, and that one's up in the air, and that will be a point Suburban, 24-16. All right, here's Madison. Puts it away right to Libero number 4 to 1 and 5. Got it over, and that will be the set. And Crosspointe has made it 2-2 set. And guess what, folks? We're going to finish off with a fifth period tonight in the varsity game. Yes, we are. So, go to 15. Win by 2. You know the drill with varsity. And it comes down to this for tonight's games. No other team has won tonight on the Suburban side, so we'll see what happens here. This is the finale. The finale set. We'll all be back with you for it. Let's bring the crowd together and get yourself ready. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. You're watching Varsity Volleyball against with Crosspointe playing against Suburban. Well, this is the last period of volleyball tonight. Fifth period in the varsity game. All tied up at 2 sets apiece. Let's get it done. All right, 6 away. And there's Hollis. And there's a little tip. And the first point belongs to Crosspointe. 1-0. All right, here's number 6 serving for Crosspointe. Peyton to Madison. To Kelsey, put it over and up in the air. And that will be automatic point. We are tied at 1. Tied at 1 here in the 5th period. Abby Connor. And up the 4-1, and here is 5, put in over and put into Abby, to Madison, to Kirsten over, and that will be 4, and there's 1, And 5, Kelsey Madison. And Kelsey over, and there will be Crosspointe. And now setting up 5, putting it over right to Kirsten, to Madison. And there's Kelsey over, and there is Libero. Then Crosspointe 5 with the power and the nice spike. 2-1 Crosspointe here in the 5th period. Substitution. Crosspointe sure has been substituting a lot, but if you're able to, I guess why not, right? All right, here's 3 serving for Crosspointe. They're up 2-1. And that one will get over at the Hollis, and that one's going to be off the net. Madison, and they could not save it. 3-1. 3-1. And 3 sends it right to Peyton, and that's not going to do it. 4-1. Suburban goes behind by 3 points. And all right, quick timeout on the Suburban side, and that means under a minute timeout. Be back with you very shortly. Suburban down by 3 as we come out of the timeout. Crosspointe serving. Here's 3 serving, and that will be up in the air. Madison to get it, and that will be Kirsten. And over on Crosspointe side 1. And there's 5 with the spike, and nicely done for them. 5-1 as they go up by 4. Nicely done on their part. Three to serve. That one is away right there. Peyton to Madison, and Kirsten over, and that will be Kirsten to Madison. Get back in it. Get back in it now. Get back in it, Suburban. Get back in it. And 5, and Abby and Madison. Come on now. Come on now. Come on, and not what I was saying. Not what I was wanting to happen. 6-1 Crosspointe. All right. 3 is away to Kelsey, to Abby. Madison over right there to, and going backwards, and 7-1 Crosspointe. I'll just be honest with you, but we've literally Suburban has honestly fell apart in the last 3 sets as Madison, Peyton put it over, and there's Crosspointe. And that one's just off the front of the net. Come on now. Let that mistake be our spark. Let that mistake be our spark, because we need a spark right now, a literal spark plug. Madison. Over, right there, and going back. There we go, 7-3, there's 1. All right, they're down, make it to 4. Down by 4. Let's do something right. Keep it up. Keep that momentum. You just got Madison, the 3-13, and now 4, put it over right there to Abby. Come on now, Madison. Kirsten, good job. And there's Crosspointe, put it over right to Kirsten. Set up. Madison, there you go. Kelsey, good. And there's Libero, and that will be fall. Oh, keep it alive. Oh, man. 8-3 Crosspointe. Okay. Got over right to Madison. Kelsey, come on. Come on. Get back in it. Get back in it. Madison puts it over to the libero. And there's 11-5. Put it over and inbounds. Point, cross point. 9-3. I mean, the power was there. Four over, right to Madison, to Abby, and Lily hit the ceiling. 10-3. Wow. Timeout, Suburban. And I'm just going to talk. But I will say this. All three teams today, junior high girls, up 1-0. Lost that 2-1. Junior varsity girls of Suburban was down 1-0, but in their second set, they had a 24-20 lead. Okay, as we have a flagger here. But they had a 24-20 lead in that second set. They had a chance to tie it up at one set apiece. Did they? Did they? No. Now, Suburban here, Varsity here, they were up 2-0. 2-0. 2-1, 2-2, and here Crosspointe is up 10-3, and now 5 points away from winning this. I mean, what that tells you about a team is that Crosspointe doesn't give up. As that one is off the front of the net, 10-4. Kelsey over. And there's a libero. There's 1, 2, and off the front of the net. All right, so we got 2 points because of them hitting off the net, 10-5. All right, here's Kelsey Baird putting it over, and there's 5, and there 1, 2, over right to Kelsey. Kirsten, can they keep it alive? Madison over, and that one is going to be 5, and with the power, oh boy, 11-5. That was nice, though. That was very nice. But all the fight I've seen from Crosspointe today has been fabulous. As that one got over, and Lily Hollis sends it into the crowd, 12-5, 3 points away as Crosspointe. Five away, Hollis, Madison, Kirsten over, right there, through 5, and little tip. Madison, and there we go. A point for Suburban. It is 12-6. Right now, what you want to do right now is go on a little run. Go on a little run if you're Suburban. Any way possible if you want to try. Any way possible. Any way possible. All right, here's Kirsten. She puts it over right there, libero. And there's 1. And right to Lily, to Madison, the Abby, and little tap, and it went out of bounds. It went out of bounds, I believe, yes. So therefore, that was very interesting. 12-7. All right, you're down by 5 points. What you need to do, you need to keep the possession with you right now. You want to keep serving and have to make a miscue and something. You want something here. As there's Lily. But you cannot make a mistake if you're Suburban. Okay, it's Katie Kreinock up in the 4. And here's 11, and now 2. Be ready, Madison. 13-7. But a nice job by Crosspointe, though. 13-7. Crosspointe there, 2 points away from taking it. All right, 1 puts it away. There's Kirsten to Madison, and Peyton put it up, and good save by Crosspointe. Abby, Madison, and Abby Connor off the front of the net, and Suburban is down to their final point. 14-7. One more point, and Crosspointe wins it. And look at this. Look at this. Look at the support. That one is away. The Hollis, the Peyton, to Madison, over. And there's 11 and 8. And good night, says Crosspointe. And you have witnessed the unbelievable comeback, down 2-0. The defeat has been accomplished by the Crosspointe Panther, the varsity. What a win on the away side, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What a victory. Suburban is stunned. Crosspointe is rejoiced, and here we go. Oh, man, they just want to get on out of here and say good night. And they're all right. There they go. Oh, boy, and everybody's going to get out of town. Oh, my goodness, look at that. There they go. Wow. Man, oh, man, oh, man. I got to tell you, you've never seen a defeat at home with varsity. But I got to give it to them. I congratulate them. The first team to beat Suburban at home this season. The first team, let me rephrase that. The first varsity girls team to defeat But wow, I got to give it to them. But you have never seen the varsity girls of Suburban go down against another varsity team here at home. And Crosspointe Christian Academy is the first team to do that this season. And to me, that is quite an accomplishment and worth celebrating. Yes, I know. I mean, but you just got to look at it, though. I mean, was it a great game? Absolutely. Suburban had their fun the first two sets, and Crosspointe had their fun the next two sets. And of course, Crosspointe turned out to be the better team in the fifth and final period. Of course, Suburban, I mean, they were tired out, of course. And they're going back to this time last week. Of course, they were at Maranatha. Of course, Friday and Saturday between soccer and volleyball. Of course, the varsity soccer boys won all their 4 games, and they won first place, the championship game. They finished first. And then for the varsity girls volleyball team, they finished second. So I mean, you know, a lot of great things have happened for this school year. Well, for all these teams. But I mean, seeing something like this really reminds you that you can lose. You understand? You can lose. Now, I'm not gonna try and dwell on the fact, but I'm just saying it just teaches you a lesson. Just like with the junior high girls, up 1-0, lost 2-1. Junior varsity girls, 1 point away from moving from sending it to a third set, but ended up losing. Varsity girls up 2-0. Crosspointe comes back and defeats them 3-2. What a moment. What a moment. Of course, earlier, junior high boys soccer lost to Crosspointe. Two to 0. And varsity soccer lost to Crosspointe 3-0. So everybody lost tonight that played. But I tell you, what a feat. But was it nice to get back here to announce games? Absolutely. But did they go our way? No, they did not. But what I can say from this is that we can learn from it. All of our teams. So, you can find things on Max Preps and all that. And, yeah. So next time I'll be with you is, well, next Tuesday, September 27th, 2022. All the teams play at Colonial Christian School. And so that's next week, but the next week is where it's the last week of regular season games. Tuesday, October 4th, 2022. You have Indy Warriors FC and Legacy Elite Academy. 4:30 for junior high soccer, varsity soccer 5:45, and 6 o'clock varsity volleyball. Then Thursday, October 6th, 2022, you have that's senior night, the last time for home games, Indiana Christian Academy. 4:30 for junior high, 5:45 for varsity, 4:30 junior high volleyball, and 5:30 varsity volleyball. Of course, the other two were soccer related. Then, not this Saturday, but not tomorrow, and not the next Saturday, but the next Saturday, October 8th, 2022, is the Junior High Invitational here at Suburban. Okay, but we'll get to that not next week, but the week after. All right, so I will talk to you a week from next Tuesday, okay? Lord willing, for a varsity game. See if we can redeem ourselves from what happened tonight. And we'll see what happens against Colonial next Tuesday. All right, this is Matthew Fox signing out saying goodbye, good night, and have a great weekend. My weekend gets to start now, and continue to enjoy and I will not talk to you again until October. So after 23 full days not talking to you, I won't talk to you again for the rest of this month, and so I'll talk to you in October, Lord willing. Have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. And school is going to roll on. Yes, announcer signing out saying goodbye, good night, a learning experience, go Crusaders, and adios. Thank you, and adios.